Hello soulmates, this is Tarot with Isabel, the Wisdom and Truth channel, and I want to start a small series. You could title it Learn Tarot with me, where I want to sort of dive deeper into a few cards. I don't know how long the series is going to be, but the first card I want to do a deep dive in is the Death card, for obvious reasons. A lot of people are a little bit shocked or reluctant if this card shows up in a reading, and I just want to dive deeper into what we actually seeing here in the card. And as I always mention in my courses, you can only do so much by reading books. It's great for getting a solid foundation in the traditional and set knowledge of the meanings of the different cards, but then the only thing you can get deeper into it is by actually sort of meditating over the card and really seeing what is going on there and what does it mean for me. Okay, so first thing we look at is just the name, death. So what is death? Obviously death is an ending, so no one can come back from death. So it's an definite ending of a phase. But as we all know, as spiritual beings, that death is only moving from one, let's say, type of being into another. So it is actually a changeover. You could call it a transformation, and that's how it's often read when it shows up in a reading. Like, let's say, the caterpillar transforms into a butterfly, it actually has to die, liquefy, and from these fluids, the butterfly emerges. So it is going from one kind of state or element or level into a different one. Okay, so then what can we see on the card as imagery? Obviously here is depicted, like with the skeleton, the Grim Reaper as a horseman. Now we can look at that. Where does that show up in the deck in another form? We have the Six of Wands. So this is a horseman on a white horse. This is the card of success. Okay, so we could see, yes, in a way, death is always successful, and no one returns or can evade death, essentially. We also have the little child on the white horse, which is purity, reborn, rebirth in a way. So this is also, could be a hint. The white horse in itself is an element of strong, powerful, but also pure purification in a way. And that's another aspect of the death card here, purification through transformation. Okay, we say that our souls get purified when we die and then go to heaven. So all our let's say earthly sins are washed away. And obviously, as we know that Waite was Christian, and he has a lot of Christian symbolry here. This definitely plays onto the that Jesus has died for our sins and was sort of purified us by giving away his life. Then we have this symbol here. Some describe it as the Rose of York, an heraldic symbol. I'm not sure if that is correct. A lot of other scholars say this is a mystical rose. I go more with this. A white rose, again, is purity. It's the mystical rose is a different name for Mother Mary. So it is also this purification kind of symbol here. And then what else can we see? So in the background, you see two towers and the sun. Where have we seen that? It's here in the Moon card. So we see that, yes, where in the Moon it's dark, there is no clarity. Here there is clarity at the horizon. There is enlightenment at the horizon. It is just about getting there. So it is a path that we can see. And then we can look at what's going on around this Grim Reaper here. What are the people around him? Okay, we can see here on the bottom, that's obviously a king. So he's got this ermine coat. There's the crown. So probably depicting the emperor. What does the emperor? The emperor puts force against death and immediately fails. And then we have a little child that's already sort of fallen to its knees and practically awaits death in a very, let's say, easy way, just accepting it. And then we have this figure here. What does this figure remind us of? It's the figure on the strength card. So with real strength, inner strength and compassion, you will just surrender to death and just await it in a very poised kind of position here. What does the bishop do? The bishop doesn't really look like the Hierophant in the Rider-Waite, but I guess it is just some kind of high priest that we're seeing here. He tends to sort of beg with death, maybe on a spiritual level, tries to sort of negotiate. We don't know how that's going to work out because he's still standing here. So what we're seeing in a way is that essentially no one can evade death. It's going to happen eventually to all of us. So looking at death in the form of change, of transformation, that's how we can deal with it. We can resist it, then it's probably going to happen anyway, but is it doing us good? That's the question. We can just surrender to it in either a very pure and let's say naive way, but naive in a good sense, or in a very knowing and accepting way and just letting change and transformation happen. Or we can maybe even negotiate with change and transformation to have it our way. Whatever it is, it's definitely is the possibility for us to lead us to really to enlightenment, to a complete transformation, gathering of knowledge, and a new, brighter future. So that's just a small dive into the death card, and that's how you can extract your own meanings, your own interpretations of these cards that are full with all these little details that you notice, that you can think about when you actually meditate or concentrate onto the cards itself. And I don't need a book for that. It's just what I'm seeing and what I connect with. So that's my first little lesson. Never fear death in a reading. If this card falls, it really shows a very, very good opportunity for you to actually end with something and move on to something else or transform your life completely. Okay, see you in my next lesson. Bye.